If you were a kid going through the chocolate factory, do you think you would have survived, or would the Oompa Loompas have carted you off at some point?
I think I probably would have been distracted by all the candy. So maybe a little violet blue moment probably would have been me because I do love sweets. But yeah, I mean, I feel like someone should make a real, Wonderland or a real chocolate factory. I think that's got to happen because I would be the first customer.
We've got ourselves a Canadian pop star on the show. It's Olivia Lunny. Hello.
Hello. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Absolutely. My name's Waters from the Gluten Free Radio Show. Appreciate you taking some time for us today. Can I start by asking you some stereotypical Canadian questions?
Absolutely. I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. Is your favorite season winter?
It actually is not. I think I grew up with so much cold that any summer I can get, I really do love. So summer is definitely my favorite season.
Tim Hortons, yes or no?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. I love a good ice cap. I love their donuts, and their maple donut is my absolute favorite.
Speaking of maple syrup, yes or no?
On everything.
Very Canadian. What about this? Do you apologize a lot?
I do. I feel like I'm fitting the stereotype a bit too much, but I definitely tend to say sorry, and I say it very Canadian.
Sorry. Two more. All right. Nickelback, what are your thoughts?
Iconic, yes.
And last but not least, what's your favorite hockey team?
I would have to say the Winnipeg Jets because I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yes, you are. I know a little bit of history of the team. I grew up in Atlanta. That used to be the Atlanta Thrashers. So I kind of picked for Winnipeg as well because that's what's left of my old team.
Exactly. Great. Look at that. It's always 1 degree of separation in this world.
That's right. Now let's talk about you with music. Let's get down to the serious stuff. So, as far as I understand it, you began playing guitar around like 12 years old, maybe writing songs around 13. So you've almost always done music. Did you ever think you were going to do anything else with your life, or has it always been this or nothing?
I think from a young age, obviously I love music and it was a hobby. And I definitely thought I'd probably go to university and kind of follow suit with what my friends and people in my family were doing. But I think as I got older and saw other people who were musicians and they were career artists and stuff, it really showed me that that was a possibility. So by about grade 11, there's no turning back. I had my laser focus on. I was like, I'm going to do this, mom and dad. I will be an artist. So it's been quite the journey.
Yeah, well, you made it happen. A little bit of that coming through a TV show, sort of like a Canadian American Idol called The Launch. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to do that and a little bit of, what you learned throughout the process of doing it.
Yeah, so it's so funny how life works. I definitely wouldn't have predicted that I would end up going on a TV show. But I had been scouted for the show and they said, hey, we really want you to apply. We think you'd be a great fit. So I applied thinking nothing of it, submitted my audition tape. And, within a few months, I was flown to Toronto to shoot the show. And obviously very fortunate enough that I got to win the show. And I think going on to that, that whole experience really just taught me to know who I am as an artist and know who I wanted to be as an artist and what I wanted to communicate authentically as an artist. And I think when you're under pressure and there are people kind of dragging you in different directions, you knowing what you want is really put to the test. So I'm grateful to that experience because I think it really helped me hone in on who I was.
Totally. So we're going to go back to the Canadian thing for a second.
Good. I'm proud. I'm a proud Canadian, so I'm down.
Good. You had the chance to perform with some pretty big name Canadians during the COVID-19 pandemic. Just to name a few: Justin Bieber, Avril Lavigne, Michael Bublé, all at the same time. Pretty cool. Are those some of your favorite fellow Canadian artists? And what was it like sharing the stage with them? Well, virtual stage.
Of course. I've been a believer for so long. So I love Justin Bieber. I love all those artists. We really do have some incredible people who've come out of Canada. And it was just very cool. It's very full circle. Obviously, growing up listening to them, going to those concerts, and then to be featured on a track like that. Obviously, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet them or perform with them because the whole reason we did the song was because of COVID. But to even just be included in a category alongside those names was pretty cool. It's very special for sure. Definitely an honor.
Absolutely. It's a real resume patter at the very
Yes, I'll take it.
Now, all of that brings us to the new song, Wonderland. So first off, had to listen to it the other day for the first time, and I actually really, really liked it.
Thank you. I'm so happy to hear. It's actually funny you bring that up because I'm actually in this crazy makeup right now because we just did a makeup trial for the Wonderland music video that's going to be shot next week. So, segue.
Look at that. Okay. So the inspiration behind Wonderland, it appears to me like it's sort of a song about maybe two people kind of letting the world around them melt away and focusing really only on what's here and now. Is there a little bit of Alice in Wonderland as well that maybe I'm not picking up on?
Yeah, so I mean, here's a funny story. So how the song actually, I guess, subconsciously came about was I was with my sister-in-law and she had never seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I love that movie. I've seen it so many times, so whimsical, so amazing. So we watched that, and then 2 months later, I was in a session with my longtime collaborator AJ, and we were just sitting and talking about, what we wanted to write about. And for me, usually I draw on my life experiences, but I'm not heartbroken, I'm not sad, I'm in a pretty good spot. So I kind of wanted to pick a theme and try to go from there as a writing exercise. So Wonderland popped into my head, and I think that was probably inspired from kind of going back into the world of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it's wacky and it's cool and it's weird. So that inspired the theme, and then I guess what Wonderland actually means is kind of up for interpretation. It's either the feeling that you get of like euphoria when you're in like your flow state or you're chasing your dreams or you're just doing something that makes you so happy, or it's when you are with a person and you're locked in, you're dialed in, nothing else is going around, you've reached Wonderland. So I'm excited. It's a cool song for me because it's not it's not a heartbreak song and it's not anything like that. It's just really, I think it's up for interpretation, so many people can hopefully resonate with it.
Quick aside here. If you were a kid going through the chocolate factory, do you think you would have survived or would the Oompa Loompas have carted you off at some point?
I think I probably would have been distracted by all the candy. So maybe a little Violet Blue moment. That probably would have been me because I do love sweets. But yeah, I mean, I feel like someone should make a real, Wonderland or a real chocolate factory. I think that's got to happen because I would be the first customer.
Minus the Oompa Loompas though, because that would be terrifying. If
It would be, absolutely.
we touched on the idea that it can be about focusing in a flow state or it can be about focusing with a person. What is something that you do when you just need the rest of the world to disappear?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I'm actually quite into meditation. So that's something over COVID, I think, that really maybe gave me my inner wonderland, to tie it back to this song. And just that feeling when you can focus and get to a point where you're not thinking of anything. And the idea of thinking of nothingness is so nice. So definitely meditation. I definitely love exercise. When I move my body, I also feel like it's mentally so good for you. So you're obviously feeling good about it. And then yeah, there's obviously people in my life who I love, and my family and my friends who, when we're having lots of fun, yeah, time literally just goes so quick and you're having so much fun. So there's multiple things that kind of get me to that state of wonderland.
Cool. Before I let you go, could you offer us a meditation tip? Because I'm terrible at it, and I assume I'm not the only one.
Ooh, yes. Okay, I would say consistency is everything. So even just taking the time to sit, whether it's 30 seconds a day for a week or 2 weeks, you'll get better and better and better. And then next thing you know, you're able to sit for like 20 minutes or 25 minutes. So just being patient with yourself, because it's definitely something that takes a long time to master. But once you can consistently sit, I think it comes quite easy.
Well, that's very zen. Thank you.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste. Yes. That much I know. The rest I don't. Well, Olivia Lunny, you have quite a career so far and quite a career ahead of you, I think. Looking forward to seeing what the new song Wonderland does. Looking forward to seeing that music video as well. And hopefully lots more to come from you. I appreciate the time today.
Thank you so much. This is such a lovely conversation. So I hope you can find your Wonderland.